It's so hard to open up, dog, and be that way, especially in this society. We was taught to hide them feelings. We was taught to, you know what I'm saying, hide how we feel inside to the point where your mind will trick you into thinking you don't got no feelings or you heartless or, no, I'm not saying heartless, so that's just how society made us.
The landscape of modern hip-hop, few artists have managed to cover the space as distinctly as Rod Wave. Powerful voice, raw emotional delivery, and deeply personal lyrics, Rod Wave has emerged as one of the most authentic voices of his generation, connecting with millions who feel his struggle. His music speaks directly to the struggles, pain, and resilience that define the human experience. So today we are diving into the musical evolution of Rod Wave, from his humble beginnings recording in makeshift home studios to becoming a chart-topping artist with multiple platinum-certified albums.
St. Petersburg, Florida, Central Florida, you know what I'm saying?
Rod Wave was born Rodarius
part of
Marcel
St. Pete
Green in
represent?
1998 on
like
August 27.
13th Heights, you know what I'm saying? My name Rod Wave. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I create music.
Growing up in Florida, St. Petersburg, a city that would profoundly shape his worldview and musical perspective. In a neighborhood he describes as the 13th Heights, life wasn't easy for young Rod Wave. Rod Wave's parents split up when he was in elementary school, and his father, Rodney Green, also known as Fats in the Streets,
How old were you
went
when
to
you
prison for
went to
6
prison?
years on charges including
Elementary school,
marijuana possession, attempted murder, and tampering with a state
right before
witness.
middle school, that's when he came, that's when he left. Growing up in St. Pete, it was kind of just
This left Rod Wave's family financially crippled, with his mother, grandmother,
you know
and
what I'm saying?
aunt stepping in to raise
I didn't
him
know
and his
what
siblings.
route that I should take.
Without the guidance of a father figure, Rod Wave found himself navigating a world at a young age.
Come back to
He
the
turned
city
to
and
the
be
streets
fucked
as
up.
a means to make
And
money,
then
engaging in
all the
activities
people
like
I
breaking
came up
into
around, they
cars and
sold dope,
houses.
played in the street, and them boys went to jail, you know.
But despite these challenges, music was Rod Wave's escape. He attended Lakewood Elementary School in St. Petersburg and was selected for the All-State Elementary Chorus in 2009 and 2010, showing early signs of his vocal talent. Started singing in the 5th grade, encouraged by his older brother.
You know what I'm saying, just chilling around the house, so he used to force me to sit down and sing and shit, like bro, just sing this for me, let me see how this sound. No, say this.
Who introduced him to artists like Kanye West, also known as Ye, and Boosie Badass. When his father was released from prison, the first thing he bought Rod Wave was a microphone, and his brother also provided a computer, enabling Rod Wave to record his first tracks.
So much that come with being famous, it can drive you crazy. Go check the drugs my brother taking, he's hallucinating. How the hell you going to tell Nana
Rod
I
Wave's
sold my soul to
grandmother, who he
Satan?
calls Nana,
I'm Nana.
noticed
This is
his
my
talent
grandson,
early,
Atlanta.
proudly sharing that
Quite
his
neat
first
say
CD
that
included
some of
songs
the
like
people done heard his
Heartbreak
CDs
Hotel
in
that
Atlanta and they
resonated
love
with
it.
family in
First
Atlanta.
CD he made, it's 2 songs on the CD that I really do like, and it's Heartbreak Hotel, and I like Mama Said I need, yeah, I think too much.
It be over before it even begun. Catch feelings, feel attached, and then I run. I don't wanna leave, but I can't stay. I know it's hard dealing with the hard that you didn't.
As a teenager, Rod Wave turned to the streets, influenced by hustlers around him who drove nice cars and wore flashy chains. And as you know, it's either you're going to go to prison or you're going to end up dead. And luckily, Rod Wave didn't dare. He got caught up in activities like drug dealing, robbery, and breaking into cars, which led to multiple stints in juvenile detention. At just the age of 15, he was arrested for armed robbery after stealing a revolver and shooting another teenager. Though the case was dropped as an accident, Rod later reflected.
Or niggas was getting fucked up too, like breaking people's shit, getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Like consequences really started like, but it really took me to get fucked up, like to understand, like, okay, you gotta, whenever you move out here, bro, it's a consequence for everything you do. Not to like niggas with a group of niggas, they try to like take my gun. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, how you gonna take a gun from a nigga with it? You know what I'm saying? You can't take a gun. Like that shit ain't gonna go down like that. So I don't know if it was like deadly use of a firearm or whatever the shit was, but I had those two charges. But the nigga didn't press charges on me because, you know what I'm saying, like, nigga street nigga, so he ain't press charges on me, but the state kept trying to like pick my shit up, like, okay, he don't want to press charges, but we, you know what I'm saying, however that shit worked, like, I ain't even understand what the fuck was going on, but the main shit they were trying to fuck me up about that armed burglary though, like arm yourself, got hit for the gun in the house, so that like you armed yourself in these people's house. I regret stealing from innocent people. Like people get up and like once I became an adult and all the people around me and you know what I'm saying, I started to look at life different. Like see people get up, go to work, come home. You know what I'm saying? Get ready to do it next day. Like once I started to understand how like life worked, I definitely like regret, you know what I'm saying, breaking in people's shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a
Rod Wave's entry into music creation wasn't a calculated career move, but rather a form of therapy and self-expression that gradually evolved into something more.
I could just hit a beat and just, that's how I talk to people, you know what I'm saying, about certain situations, how I break down my story, how I be feeling, I put that shit on wax. You know?
Rod Wave's music career kicked off in 2015 with his mixtape Rookie of the Year, followed by the Hunger Games trilogy. This project gained traction in St. Petersburg, showcasing his raw storytelling and emotional depth. Rod Wave was initially shy about sharing his music.
My homeboy, he was like, bro, this shit sound good, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if we go to a real studio, it'd be better, but this shit good. I know niggas blowing up with shit way worse than this, you know what I'm saying? Just let people hear it. I was like, listen, you do whatever you want. You want to let people hear it, go ahead.
In 2018, Rod Wave signed with LMO Records, a pivotal moment that expanded his reach. 2019 featured the breakout single Heart of Ice, which went viral on TikTok.
Mama say it's my fault, it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Gotcha. Another song that fans are really gravitating towards is Heart on Ice. What type of emotions did you go through when recording that song?
Same shit. I made Popular Alone and Hold On Ice the same night.
Same night, really? Huh.
Yeah.
What were you going through that day?
Pressure, man. I don't even, it was like 4 in the morning when I made that shit.
Yeah.
I want to say, I think I was going through it with my lady. That's it.
Okay.
But you know, when I go through other shit, like it made me think about other shit. Like, damn, I got so much shit going on.
Yeah.
Going through all this shit. Yeah, I just look.
Later on in the year, Rod Wave joined Kevin Gates on his tour. In his XXL 2019 interview, he said, "I never thought I would be on tour with people and that people would want to talk about my album." Learning from Kevin Gates' storytelling and stage presence. This experience of touring with Kevin Gates was transformative for Rod Wave, as he later explained in his XXL interview.
And you know, being stuck in a bubble and stuck in a market, you feel me, it kind of made me more humble because it's like, it's a whole nother side of the world that don't even know who you is, you know what I'm saying? So I learned that, you know what I'm saying, even when you think, you know what I'm saying, you there, you gotta keep going.
In 2020, Rod Wave released an album, Pray for Love, which debuted at number 2, which was driven by rags to riches, which was a certified hit. Honestly, this is where I found out that Broadway
We went
was
from
on the
rags
come
to
up.
riches, project fences to living luxury. Now we live luxury, straight out that bottom, nobody gave nothing to me. Careful while fucking with me, all of my little brothers body they cut.
Broadway's ability to blend pain and hope resonated with many, earning him a spot on Double XL's 2020 freshman class. This period marked a significant expansion in Rod Wave's commercial appeal, but during this time, Rod Wave faced a potentially fatal car crash, an experience that he would reference later on. This brush with mortality would further deepen the emotional intensity of his music and reinforce the themes of struggle and survival that had always been present in his music. This momentum continued with Soulfly, an album that was released in 2021. Tracks like Street Runner and Tombstone became his highest charting singles, peaking in the top 20. Beautiful Mind, which he released in 2022, an album, and Nostalgia in 2023 also hit number 1, with Nostalgia earning platinum certifications and spending multiple weeks at the top spot. His 2024 album, Last Lap, debuted at number 2, moving 127,000 units, making Rodway the only artist
but I made
besides
that song
Taylor
the
Swift
first song
to
just
chart
because
a top 10
it was
album
like a
each
summary
year
of
from
like
2019
of
to
what I was feeling
2024.
like in this moment. Like if I could explain this moment, like what's all in my head, that song, like damn, like I can't believe I came from now I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And then what I'm going through, like how all the people around me. You know what I'm saying? How everything changed so fast. It's just a summary, bro, of everything that I've been through leading up until this point. The way I'm feeling at this point, at this very moment. It's like a time capsule. Like it was just a summary of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 6, 7 different topics on the album that I'm touching bases on, but this is just like a summary. You know what I'm saying? That's just got everything
This
tied up in
reflective
one. You know?
perspective demonstrated Rod Wave's growing maturity as an artist, able to see how his music not only captured moments in time, but it would itself become something to look back on with nostalgia.
I'm one of them people who don't really be done with the album till like the day before it's finna drop. Like I'll be like, hey, can we switch this? Can we all the way up until they say, bro, we can't switch. Twice a day, I just go through the whole thing, top to bottom, just living with it and listening to it, trying to.
As Rod Wave's success grew, Rod Wave maintained his commitment to authentic expression, even as some listeners misinterpreted this emotional depth as simple sadness.
Emotion. I feel like I'm not a sad person, or the label on me of being sad is just the stories probably just be sad. I just be talking about life, and everybody in this room can agree that life go up and down. Everybody going through their own, you know what I'm saying? But music is just where I put it at, you know what I'm saying? It's just real life. It's not sad, it's just
As
real
Rod
life.
Wave continues to evolve as an artist, his impact on the music industry and culture is undeniable. He has sold 65 million digital copies in the United States, ranking him among the highest certified artists in the country. But away from the spotlight, Rod Wave is a family man.
For me,
He has twin
fatherhood
daughters.
changed the way I see the world in a bunch of ways. Like, I look at girls different. Like, I look at every girl and be like, damn, that's somebody's daughter. You know what I'm saying? I look at life different. Like, just watching them without a care in the world, just watching them so happy, you know what I'm saying? Just watching them, like, it just make me want to be more happy and more carefree about what anybody's saying or what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
With his longtime girlfriend, Kelsey, and his music often reflects his personal struggles. Diagnosed with PTSD during his juvenile detention years, Rod Wave uses music as therapy. His relationship with his father, complicated by incarceration, has been supportive, with his dad steering him toward music and moving him away from the street. But like most rappers in the industry, Rod Wave has faced his fair share of legal challenges, including a 2022 arrest for domestic violence, which was dropped due to a null press agreement, and a 2024 arrest for weapons charges dismissed after inaccurate felony status claims. Rodwave has also dealt with public criticism, like when Ari Lennox called him out in 2024 for not addressing tour misconduct, highlighting industry issues. Rodwave has been open about learning from this moment, using his music to show growth.
That's just how rare it is for niggas out my town to make it. Somebody grab them and pinch them, please, this ain't a dream. Stay off the internet, king, this life ain't what it seems. Fuck all the blogs and the memes out there laughing at me.
What makes Rodwave's music so distinctive is his ability to hopscotch among genres. His work incorporates elements of hip-hop, contemporary hip-hop, southern hip-hop, hip-hop soul, alternative R&B, contemporary R&B, and trap. This authenticity is why fans feel so connected to his music. Rodwave is also known for using innovative use of samples.
We started the tour out in Denver, Colorado.
Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Living in the real world. What work for you might not work for me. I dropped everything when it chased my dream.
Ain't it fun? Living in the real world. Ain't it good? Being all alone.
Part I want to talk about is Great Gatsby. And one of the reasons why that's one of my favorite things you did is because you found like another piece of art to interpret the way you were really feeling. And you know what I'm saying, and kind of laid that all out. So it's like at some point you don't know if I don't know if I'm listening to a song from the Great Gatsby soundtrack or I'm listening to Rod Wave, like, you know, talk about how he feels about love, man. Can you talk about that song, that movie, and also how like other movies inspire your process?
Yeah, my process period is always inspired. There's no such thing as an original thought. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you thinking about, it came from somewhere. So I just watched that movie like the way I watched that movie when I was a kid and watch it now, it makes I got two different feelings from it. Like now I can see like he a bachelor and he's rich and wealthy and he's throwing everybody around him so happy, but he only, you know what I'm saying? I see it through different eyes now. And that's another thing I was telling you about, like back then compared to now.
Rodway's willingness to explore themes of depression, anxiety, and emotional struggle has helped create spaces for other artists to express similar sentiments, contributing to a more nuanced conversation about mental health in hip-hop. In 2025, Rodwave is still making waves. In April, he released Sinners, the lead single for the Sinners movie soundtrack, featuring a movie with stars like Michael B. Jordan. His September 2024 single Passport Junkie peaked at number 51 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was a fan favorite.
Saying she tryna work on a 10, you ever been to Thailand? We ain't gotta pack no clothes, we can shop when we land.
While his last lap tour was cancelled, disappointing many of his fans, Rodwave remains focused on new music. He's hinted at future projects, and his commitment to authenticity keeps fans eagerly awaiting for what's next. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Rodwave's evolution and his life. If you loved this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more stories if you like to, and drop a comment below. What's your favorite Rodwave song, and why does his music hit hard?
I feel like as far as like a rap career aspect, like Todd Muscle, he gave me a lot of game. He told me like, you know, a lot of clubs and a lot of shit. You don't want to bring yourself out. Like you want to build that touring career. And, you know, my label and my team, we did a good job at that, just building a touring career. And the people see you when they see you is on a big stage and a bunch of nice, pretty, fancy lights. So yeah, we did a good. My team, they did a good job at pointing me in that direction.